Hi, everybody. Judy Tuttle here from Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midland, Texas, and I'm so happy to be with you here today. I am going to work on day two, excuse me, of the Friendly Seagulls online class to go. And normally I would do the fun fold today and the 3D project tomorrow, but my husband and I are leaving early in the morning. We have a 7 o'clock flight to go to Florida for a few days together. So I'm super excited about that. So I will be doing the fun fold and the 3D project with you today. This fun fold is so cute. I think you guys are really going to love it. It's something that I hadn't tried before. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining us. Um, let's get started with that. But before that, I should say, we have some new things to talk about. First of all, they just released a whole new set of celebration products. Um, you can get any of these things listed here with a $60 order on top of all the other things that we had available for celebration as well. I hope you'll consider getting the Friendly Seagulls stamp set, which was part of the original celebration release, after seeing my projects today. But I just wanted to let you know there's some punches, there's some ribbon, there's those great alphabet dies. Actually, the beautiful butterfly is available, which I've never seen them put a mini catalog item on celebrations. So some new things to look at is what I'm trying to let you know. Okay, I still have room in my memorable Blooms casual card class on February 26th. The registration for that will be up in the description. Super cute. I'm going to make them super easy. This is just 4 cards, $20 class, free with a $25 purchase. Or you can just pay 20 and pay the shipping on it. Okay, so shipping is $6. So you'll get the PDF and a class kit. You'll need the memorable blooms bundle in order to complete the cards as I've designed them. All right, next, let's get rid of that. Let's go to this. The next craft along will be February 24th. We are using the Link Together bundle. The registration link to that will be up in the description. Craft Along is $45, but that is because we include over $25 of product. This time we're adding in a blending brush, a craft ink stamp pad and re-inker. What else are we including? An adhesive sheet, all the embellishments, a full packet of embellishments. So some fun techniques we'll be able to do with this class, so consider joining. Let me get rid of that and that and that. There we go. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So let's move on to doing some crafting here. Okay, so the Friendly Seagulls class has been our online class to go for this week. It is one of your celebration items right here on page 6. Super cute. So many cute, fun ideas, and I hope you guys are loving what I did yesterday and what I will do today. I'm also using some of this fruit salad designer series paper that is a celebration offering as well. And then I'm going back to that Country Woods designer series paper that is part of the annual catalog. So great wood grains here. Look very beachy, right? Perfect for seagull cards. So we're bringing that back in today as well. All right, so let's get started. First of all, I want to show you the 3 cards we made yesterday. This was the first one. This is that fruit salad paper, believe it or not. And then on the inside of this one, it says, I love you more than French fries, right? Here's a cute one using that Friends of the Ocean designer series paper and the Waves embossing folder. These are the Riverside iridescent pearls. that we've been using on all of our projects. And then in the side, it says, I love you. This one's saying, I love you, I love you. And then I love you more than French fries. Really cute. And then this is the last one we did yesterday. This is using that Country Woods Designer Series paper. This flower comes from the Heartfelt bundle that's part of Celebration. Again, with those same Riverside dots. That one keeps wanting to not stick for some reason. And then I just brushed on and stamped some seashells along the bottom there. So today we're doing a fun fold card and a 3D item. Let me show you my fun fold here. You guys are gonna love this, so cute. It was designed by my friend Monica. You know, we collaborate on all of our classes to go. So here's the card, and I just love how this pool party is framed by that square die. So cute. And then you open it up like this. Look at that fold. Isn't that fun? And then on this side over here, it says, I love you. So great little Valentine card, not too mushy, for a friend. Hello, Bill. Thanks for joining me today. All right, so this is the fun fold I'm going to teach you how to make today. So let me get out my thingamajigs here, all my stuff. So here is the Riverside Irregular Pearls is what they call them. Super pretty. One that's more white, one that's more gray, and one that has those beautiful blue hues in it. Okay. I have a piece of, put these things right here to the side so I don't lose them. I have a piece of Misty Moonlight that is cut 5.5 by 8.5, so the same size as normal, but we scored it a little differently. We scored it at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, 6 3/8. 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 6 3/8. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab my trimming cut and score trimmer here, and I'm going to turn this sideways like this, and I'm going to line up this edge right here at 4 1/4 on both ends. So I'm going to go put my cutting blade right on the first score line that was at 2 1/8. And I'm going to pull it all the way down to that 6 3/8 score line right there. So it's going to create this slit in my paper. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the edge of my card on 4 1/4. I'm going to put my cutting blade right on that 2 1/8 inch mark. I'm going to score all the way through and down to the 6 3/8 mark from either end. There we go. And then that creates these two slits right here in my card. Okay. Now, this one right here is going to get folded up like that. Let me grab my bone folder and just press that down really well there, that score line. And then this piece, this front flap, is going to go back. Okay. I'm going to really burnish all those score. And then this creates that fold that we need. Hi, Renee. I'm doing a cute fun fold today. So this is what's going to create that fun fold we need. Okay. Right there. Now, I have 2 panels of that Country Woods paper that are both 2 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And this is the one, the opposite side is a really dark brown. This side is the white with the crumb cake and maybe a little pecan pie mixed in there. So I'm going to grab these, and these are going to get adhered on this front panel. Right here. There really isn't a wrong woods paper to use on this because they all kind of give that beachy feel. Okay, and then the other one is going to go right back here on this back panel. I have used this country woods paper on so many projects, beachy projects, anything that you want to look a little rustic or worn. It's great for that. So now this panel is going to go right back here on this back side, right there. Okay, so here's how our card is going to shut, right like this. And this isn't going to pop like this in a second because we're going to adhere that panel onto the front and it's going to hold it down. Okay, now I cut, and I'll show them to you. I cut 2 panels of the Stylish Shapes labels. This is the longer, fatter one, and this is the skinny one. They're usually nested inside of each other on the plate, and I cut both of them. Now, you're going to cut them in half, and since I already cut some in half for my last card, I'm just going to use the halves that I already cut, okay? So the larger one is going to go off to one edge here. I'll show you exactly where I'm putting it. I'm adding a little liquid glue and it's going to go right here. And I want it to be a little closer to this side. So I'm going to move it over a little bit here, about like that. And that space isn't going to make a difference because my panel is going to go on top of it. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this little one that I cut in half. But it's not going to go quite as far, maybe just a little bit in from the wider one right there. Okay, so I can put these away. Next, I have a basic white panel that is cut 3.5 by 3.5, and I'm going to grab my water aqua pen here, and this is the one that has that really broad brush edge on it, okay? And, oops, I just spilt a little on my grid paper. That's going to be okay. I'm going to grab my Pool Party ink here. I'm going to add some ink into the lid. You can also stamp it onto a clear block if you wanted to, but I found this method works pretty good for me. I'm adding some water from my aqua pen. And I'm just going to do a wash across this white, basic white paper here. Just adding some sky. There we go. Just going to keep layering it up here. I kind of like when it looks a little wavy like that in the background. Not trying to get it so straight and even. All right. Right like that. I like the different darker shades in there, right like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to grab a tissue right here. And I'm going to take off any excess water off my panel. And I'm also going to dry out the inside of this lid so that water does not get into my ink, okay? All right, so I'm going to grab my heat tool really quick and just kind of, oh, there's my ruler I've been looking for. I'm just going to heat this up and allow it to dry. Give it some good heat on the front and the back. It's going to curl a little bit, but that'll flatten back out once we get it in the frame. Take that wetness off. Isn't that a cool look to the background there? I love that. Okay, so there is my white panel that I have used my aqua painter, the wide brush to kind of add a little texture to the back of it. I'm going to grab my birds and stamp a few of those in the background here. Stamp some right up there. Stamp some over here. And maybe kind of in between and off like that. Okay, there we go. So there's my seagulls flying in the background. Next, I have a piece of crumb cake here, and I'm going to do just what I did yesterday. This is cut 3.5 by, let's see, a little more than 1.25. But I'm going to rip an edge off here. To create the sand. I'm going to grab my blending brush and my crumb cake ink pad, and I'm going to do just what I did yesterday, which was brush on some crumb cake ink onto the bottom here. Along those edges that are torn. All right, and then I'm going to add some seashells to the bottom. I think my crumb cake ink pad has lost a lot of its ink from all this blending I've been doing. Feels like I need to re-ink it a little bit. I'm going to add some pebbles in here. There we go. And then I'm going to add some adhesive to the back side of that. And add it to the bottom of my white panel here. Okay. Right. Like that. It's already looking super cute, isn't it? Okay, so next I have a panel of Pool Party that is 3.5 by 3.5. But what I'm going to do to create the frame is I'm going to grab the largest of my stylish shaped squares. I'm going to put it right in the center. I'm going to tape it down so it stays in place. And I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine off to the side here. There we go. And I can use this Pool Party inside on something else later on, but it's the frame that we want today, the outside part of this, okay? All right, so this frame is going to go right here on top of the picture. Make sure I get it all shored up correctly here. If it's a little too big on the inside, which I can tell it is right here around the edges, I'm going to grab my little trimmer and I'm going to trim just a little bit, tiny little sliver off those edges there. Let me do a little bit down here at the bottom. Adjust it a little bit, right? Adjust it so it'll fit. So let's see this now. See if that's a little bit better. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to grab some dimensionals here and I'm going to add dimensionals around the edges here. Now in the corners, I think I can put large ones. Here we go. That definitely went a tiny bit off the edge, so I'm going to cut that off. It really is very forgiving. So if it goes a little bit over the edge, you can easily use your paper snips and snip that edge off right there. And now for these inside pieces right here along the edges, I like to use the edges here of my dimensional package. So, you know, they create these little skinny edges right here. So I'm going to put one right there. One right here on the other side. It's just going to pop that whole frame up and really give it that sense of a beach scene photograph maybe going on. Put one right there and one over here. You guys are really quiet today. I keep looking at my comments to see, make sure I'm not missing anybody's, but it's okay. I know some of you are watching me at work and you probably don't want to put a lot of comments on. Don't want to be engaging a lot while you're at work. Okay, so I'm just pulling off all the wax paper toppings all the way around. I use the fingernail method. There are lots of methods out there, but the fingernail method seems to work for me. And I'm going to keep going around here. There we go. And now I'm going to adhere this and maybe grab my silicone mat here just to be safe. I'm going to adhere this right around. Start at the bottom here. Get a straight edge there. There we go. Press it all down and into it right there. Okay, so it looks like I got a tiny little bit of an edge here on this side, so I'm just going to trim it off. Like I said, this is all very forgiving, getting kind of under that frame. There we go. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Okay, so now this is going to get adhered right here on the front of this card, and I only want adhesive on this part right here. Okay, I don't want it to stick above and below. So I'm going to grab my adhesive and I'm just going to add a little bit right in this section right here, right like that. Okay, and I'm going to add this panel right here to the front, close to that score line, but not over it. There we go. How cute is that? Okay, so I need to add my seagulls to this. So I have a white panel here. This one is going to go on the inside. And all of this is going to be is my seagull with the French fries. I'm going to stamp it in Memento ink. You must be a night owl, William, because I am been wide awake since 6 o'clock this morning. I know, I hate it sometimes, but it's just the way I am. Okay, and then all I want on this one is I love you. This is the stamp that says I love you more than, but all I want it to say is I love you. So I'm going to grab a skinny Post-it note. I'm going to cover up more than side. I'm going to cover up that side that says more than with a sticky note here. I'm going to add my black Memento ink to I love you. Pull that off, and all I need to do is I'm going to add this right here just to be safe that that more than will not stamp onto my bird. And I'm going to go a little bit further over. Why don't I just keep it on there? There we go. I love you is going to go right here next to our cute little bird. Ah! Shoot, can I fix it? Do you guys think? You know what? I'm going to start all over. I'm going to flip it over and do this again. And maybe this time I'm going to make sure this is super clean. Aw, I know, Bill, I've been thinking about you a lot in your cancer journey. Okay, let's try this one more time. Grab my sticky note. Cover up I love you more than. Just the more than. I want the I love you. I'm going to ink this with my black here. I could also cut off that other part as well. But I don't like to do that unless I feel like I really need to. There you go. I love you. All right, that's going to go right there. Now, all I'm going to do here to color this is I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight for the French fries here. I'm going to use the pumpkin pie for the beak and the feet. There we go. And I'm going to use my dark and light smoky slate. This is the dark. I don't want to start with that one. I want to start with the light and do the whole wings and bottom. Tail feathers in the light smoky slate. I don't know how many of you out there are demonstrators already. I know a good number of you are. But if you're not, this is a great time to join right now. There's lots of bonuses. Just this morning, everyone who was a demonstrator got to order the new online exclusives that are coming out next month. We get to pre-order them, and there are so many. It's so fun to get to do that. Okay, I'm gonna cover up my boo-boo side with glue here, and this cute little French fry seagull is gonna go right on top of that panel of Pool Party there, which is going to get adhered right here on the inside. So when the people open this, they're going to see a little special surprise on the inside. And this is another one of those that will stand up on a shelf or on a table or whatever. There we go. All right, so here's our, you guys, I'm struggling today. Okay, I need to cut a little edge off of this. Okay, a little edge off of this side. There we go. Now let's try that again. Oh, fun, Bill. How lucky are you? Oh, I don't think I cussed. Did I cuss? I think I said darn it, but maybe I didn't. And if I didn't, I'm sorry. I'm pretty good about not cussing, to be honest, but sheesh, I don't know why I'm struggling with this today, you guys. Maybe I need stronger glue. I know I cut this the right size, or maybe I just need to move it over the other way. So I'm going to use different glue here. I'm going to use my Seal Plus, and maybe that will be easier not to come off when I'm trying to close it there. So here we go. Ah, so much better. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed to do. That liquid glue just wasn't holding it. So there we go. Cute. Okay. Now for our window frame right here, we need some more seagulls. So I'm going to grab a scrap here, and I have two more seagulls. I'm going to use the other two. Right, one is going to go right there, and one is going to go right here. Okay, there we go. And while I have this out, my Hey Friend is going to go right into this very smallest cut banner there. Yeah, yes, you probably will, Mary. You probably will. I'll work on that for you. If you're wanting to make these and get them to go. Okay, so I know I'm making kind of a mess of this today, aren't I? But we'll get it all worked out. It's going to be fine. All right, so I'm going back to all my pins here. I don't need that yellow this time. I just need my smoky slate and my pumpkin pie. So let's go with this light smoky slate right here. So you can get this card class to go, and since Mary asked for it, I'll put together a PDF this time for you guys. If you don't have the seagulls, you're going to want to place a $60 order so that you can get the seagull stamp set for free, right? If you do have the seagulls, you need at least $45 order to get the online card class for free in your home. You're getting the tutorial kind of free right now with the videos, right? But I don't like to call it an online card class for free because most of you would probably want instructions and things like that. So I just call it an online card class, and then I send you the make and takes. I don't always include a PDF because the tutorial is usually enough. But I will for you guys this time since it's been kind of a hectic mess here today. So I'm just fussy cutting around my birds here. I'm going to attach them inside the frame, add a little linen thread under my sentiment, and I will be good to go with the fun fold card. And then I can move on to our 3D project, which usually would have been tomorrow, but I'm leaving town, so we're going to do it today. Okay, there's one of my little birds, my little seagulls. Here's the other one. Let me fussy cut around it. So if you would like this card class in the mail, I will cut all the pieces for you, include the DSP, everything you need. But you need to place an order of at least $45 in my online store to get it sent to you. And this is a business for me. I'm not gonna, I love inspiring all of you with my creativity and love for Stampin' Up, but it's also my business. I'm retired, and this is what I do full-time now, and orders always mean a lot to me. So if you, Bill, you probably should order from your sisters. They might get mad at you if you order from somebody else. Okay, so there we go. I better cut my little legs apart here so they look more real. So we're going to Miramar Beach. Miramar Beach in Florida is between Destin and Panama City. And it's my favorite. It's my favorite beach in Florida. I haven't been to a ton of beaches in Florida, but I love the clear waters. It feels very tranquil. The water is just incredible. I've just never seen water like it in the United States. I've seen it in the Bahamas and some other places, but it is very, very pretty. There we go. Okay, so this little there we go. This little seagull is going to go right here. This one is going to go over here on this other side. So cute. Aren't they so cute? They're just so fun. This one is going to go right here, a little bit further up. I'm going to take my Hey Friend. I'm going to attach some linen thread behind it. Do a little faux bow here. And then as soon as I finish this card, we'll get started on our 3D project for the week. So I'm just making some loops with my linen thread. I'm going to grab my tear and tape. I'm going to add this to the back side of my Hey Friend sentiment here. So Mary has already placed an order to get this class to go. Thank you, Mary. There we go. So there's my Hey Friend. And then this is going to go right up here in this corner with some dimensionals. I'm going to put a little straight glue on the hay side and a dimensional, probably a mini here on the friend side. Pull that a little bit further over there. There we go. Hey Friend is going to go right there. Okay, I'm going to cut this little tail off, and then I'm going to add my embellishments here. Last time, I'm going to add some of these blue ones. No, maybe I'll add the gray ones. So I'm adding a large and a small in this corner, and a small right here. And you could really put them anywhere you wanted them. And maybe a large one over here on the bottom like that. And then I also have a little one right on the inside. I hope I do too, Bill. That would make me happy. I don't think the temperatures are going to be very, very warm, but warm enough that we can walk the beach and enjoy the sound of the beach. The beach is really my love language, so I love it a lot. So there is our fun fold card. What do you guys think? Do you love it? Sorry, it took me a little bit there to get it all going, but isn't that fun? And it'll sit up on someone's desk like that. Super fun. Okay, so I'm going to put this away, get started on our 3D box, which is super fun and easy. I keep saying that, don't I? Super fun. It is super fun. There we go. put these off to the side here. I'll show all of them again at the very end. Clean up my mess a little bit here before I get started. Okay, so this is our 3D box for today. How cute is this? I love you more than. It has that linen thread under there. It has a little belly band around it. And the reason it has a belly band is because you open it like this. Slide that off. These front flaps open and you get another little seagull on the inside. How cute is that? Isn't that fun? And what I put in here is some raspberry cream Kit Kats. But I was really looking for, they have lemon ones now, lemon Kit Kats. And that is what I was looking for, but I couldn't find them yesterday. I went all over town hoping, I think they come out more around Easter time. So, okay, so let's get this box going. It is super easy on the website now to preview them because I can't find the new celebration items. Is that what you're talking about, Linda? Or the online exclusives? The answer is yes and yes. They are both available online right now. The celebration might only show up when you're checking out. But if you go to the celebration tab on the website, I think you'll be able to download that flyer that I just showed you there. And Linda, I also included it on our team page, the flyer. But then the online exclusives, I just type in online exclusives at the very top, and the only people can see them is a demonstrator and demonstrators, and I know you are. So, gosh, I'm talking, and I didn't tell you the measurements through this. Our box bottom is 5.5 by 7.5. And you're going to score the long side at 2, 2 3/4, 4 3/4, and 5.5. And then you're going to turn it and score the short side at 2 inches and 2 3/4 inches. I'll hold this right here a second if you want to take a screenshot of that. Okay, so Linda, online exclusives, I usually type online exclusives in the search bar. And then I sort them by the newest products, okay? But yes, they are there because I ordered some this morning. Okay, so this is basically our structure for our box. Now, I'm going to tell you, you're going to cut off, I need to think about this. You're going to cut off this and this. And this, and this. You're going to cut those off completely, okay? Those outside rectangles there. Okay, so I'm going to cut this straight up here. And cut that rectangle completely out. Okay? Do the same thing on this side. We're going to cut it up. And then completely out here. Okay, so now it's going to look like this. We're going to cut these tabs, this little square right here. We're going to cut in on those tabs. And then we're going to take a little sliver off of each side, kind of at a diagonal like this. Do the same thing on the other side. Cut into that tiny little square tab. Cut a sliver off each side. That's just going to help the box all kind of fit together better. Okay, and then we're going to, and I'm just going to show you how we do this. We're going to go from the inside corner to this outside corner right here. And we're just going to cut it on the diagonal right there. Now I'm putting a line here to show you, but really you just have to put it in your Stampin' trimmer and just cut it right like that. That's going to create those gate folds in the front. Okay, so let me grab my trimmer again. I'm going to put this pencil line right in the alley right there. And I'm just going to slide that right off, and that's going to cut that diagonal. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. Put that pencil line right in the galley and slide off that front corner of the card. So there is what our box will look like when we have it completely cut the way it should. Okay, it's going to look right like that. Now I'm going to fold these tabs in. I'm going to add Seal Plus right here to these tabs and right down here at the very bottom corners of these front sides, and I'm going to adhere those two together. I'm just going to pull this up, adhere it to the side, pull it up, adhere it to the side, right like that. Now this is going to go inside like this and form that box, and then our front gatefold on the front, right like that. Okay, so what I learned from when I made this earlier is you only want to put adhesive about halfway up these side edges right here. Fold your box in and fold this up. If you go too far up on this edge right here, it is going to be off the side of the box, and you don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to push this in, press, and push this side in, and press, press, and there we've got our box with our little gatefold on the front. Okay, now I have a panel that is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. I'm going to grab my pebbles here and my smoky slate ink pad. There we go. And I am going to add some smoky slate pebbles to the bottom edge here of this inside piece. Okay. I'm going to grab my, let me close this up. I'm going to grab my seagull that has the French fries. And I'm going to stamp it right on the inside of this panel here. Cute, right? I'm going to go ahead and color him. Same way I've been doing all along, but this time I'm using gray granite, dark and light. And I'm coloring them the same way I have this whole time. The light is on the wings. Right like that. Okay. The dark is the stripes. And the pumpkin pie is the feet and the beak. And then the Daffodil Delight is the French fries. There we go. And then I have a tiny little scrap right here of white that I'm going to stamp that French fry pack on and color it and fussy cut it out. You can see that I did that right down here. So you just need a tiny little sliver. Cute, right? Gonna add some Daffodil Delight to the French fries. Real red to my French fry package. I'm gonna add some crumb cake to my hamburger there. Okay, put those all away for just a second. I'm going to fussy cut this out. and just adhere it on right next to where that seagull is with the fries. There we go. Cute. So this little guy is going to go on the inside flap here. He's going to be hiding under that gatefold. Right like that. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. So now I'm going to gatefold this shut like that. Here, let me turn this just a tad that way. There we go. And I have a piece of that fruit paper, fruit salad, and this is 1.5 by 6. And this paper is going to be my belly band. So I'm going to wrap it around. I kind of want it to adhere together right in the middle here of my box. So I'm just going to wrap it around, kind of press those edges. You don't want it super tight, because if it is, you're going to struggle to get that belly band off and on. Okay, so here we go. It's going to go right like that. It's okay that it overlaps in the front because we have circles that are going to cover that up. All right, so I'm going to add adhesive right here on this very edge. I'm going to wrap this around right kind of where I had those score marks on the edges there. Let's go right like that. And as long as it adheres kind of close to the middle, you are good. So there's my belly band right there. All right, next I have a piece of Coastal Cabana that I'm going to adhere, and this is cut with the 2 1/8 inch stylish shape circle dies. Okay, so I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back side of this. And this is going to go on, it's going to go off the edge. You just don't want it to go off of the belly band. There we go. I have a circle that I cut out of the 2-inch circle punch. Okay, 2-inch circle punch. And this one is going to be my bird that is talking sideways. Right here it is. Going to add some Memento black ink right there. This is going to get colored the same way I've colored the other ones. So I'm going to do it with light gray granite. There we go. Dark gray granite for the stripe. Pumpkin pie for the feet and the beak. There we go. This is going to get adhered flat right here over that Calypso coral, but with it showing just a little bit there. Okay, so I'm going to add some adhesive right to this edge right here. It's going to go on right like that so that Calypso coral pops out. And this is a 1 3/8 by 2-inch strip of Daffodil Delight, and I already stamped the sentiment, I love you more than, on it in Memento black. And I'm just going to cut these edges off here. Get it as tight as I can get it. And then this is going to get popped up right here. But before I do that, I'm going to add a little linen thread behind it. And now I'm going to pop this up with some mini dimensionals right over my little seagull. So if you didn't like the seagulls, I hope I changed your mind with these cute projects. I hope you'll think about placing an order so that you can get them and this class to go in the mail. Now I'm going to let you know right now, it won't go out till next week because I'm going on vacation. I don't think my husband would like me bringing my Stampin' Up stuff with me. I love you more than, and then I'm going to add my embellishments. I'm going to add just one right here to that corner right there. And it's right on my belly band, so this would slip off. And this would pop open, and you'd have the other little seagull inside. I hope you guys love that. Let me grab my Kit Kats. I'm going to put my belly band back on. This is why you don't want it too tight, or else you'll have trouble sliding it on and off. And again, I bought these raspberry Kit Kats. I was hoping for the lemons, but these look really cute inside, I think, don't you think? Some other options I thought of, and I'm going to show you. It would kind of look a little more like French fries maybe, but I think that's cute. I found these wild cheddar puffs, and I think you'd have to put them in a little plastic bag and stick them inside, but those kind of look like French fries, right? Hi! I know, right? Good week for that. And the other thing I thought of that might be cute, hi Sherry, you guys are popping in here. These chocolate hazelnut cream-filled rolled wafers. Those would be cute if you put them in a little baggie and stuck them inside, right? They would look kind of like French fries. So lots of things to think about there. I wish I could have found the lemon Kit Kats, but they just were not around in the Midland area. Okay, so I'm going to real quickly kind of pull in, clean up my mess here, pull in everything that I have made. So here's the little 3D project with the seagulls. Here is our awesome fun fold card that we made here, and you know, there's two because I had one ahead of time. Here is one of our cards from yesterday. Here's another card from yesterday, and here's another card from yesterday. So cute. Your kit would include everything to make one of each of these projects. $45 order in my online store will get you the kit in the mail. And this time, I promised Mary, so I'll give it to all of you, a little PDF of the instructions on these projects, okay? So let me come back to let me pull these down just a little bit more. I'm going to come back to my face and say my goodbyes until next week. I'm going to be out of pocket, enjoying the beach and the sun with my husband. A much needed vacation for both of us. So God bless in the meantime, and I will see you back here on Monday for another online card class to go. So see you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.